What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now, which is very different from the last one of these videos I made. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like. Subscribe if you like to see more. Comment down below what your favorite mobility item in the game is right now, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything. It is Evolve Jake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So I guess we'll be going Kartman land for this game. It is the new POI that was added in the South Park update. I believe the layout is mostly similar to what Wonky Land was before. And this is a POI that I have not enjoyed pretty much at any point in Chapter 7. I feel like the loot here is like very, very spread out. And a lot of it is from those cannons that you have to shoot. And so like you shoot the cannon, the loot goes away from you. And it was like struggle to even have loot in the first place. We'll see how it goes for whoever lands here. There is a shooting game that is here and has been here since, you know, this POI was added. But that's never really something that I wanted to spend time doing. Brother. I didn't want that guy to get the kill after he just, like, failed to get the gun there. Alright, we're going to be on board with just me, Dan. Someone went through a porta potty. They're going to be up here with him, I think, right now, right? Or did they already go through it to escape? They went through it again. Okay, they came out and then just ran a lap around the thing. They're in front of him in the slide. And you see here, he landed at the top part. He has no shield, 2 guns, barely any ammo. People going in porta potties around him. Now there's a player on a roller coaster. He's a very chaotic POI, and I feel like often creates situations where you're just like very shambles. I believe there's like a quest right now to ride the roller coaster, so that contributes to that. But even then, like, there's always gonna be people kind of landing here doing that. And with how the game is currently, getting a POI that has a lot of loot, or getting an area that has a lot of loot, is very important, I think, because crash pads are the main kind of like fighting mobility item in the game right now. And the spawn rate of them feels very bad. I don't think he meant to do that. He gets damage on this Vi and wants to push her, but because of the Ferris wheel thing, it's GG's. They're just going. I can maybe fight this Rick. He only has 4 shotgun shells and barely any SMG ammo too. I can't see if his SMG is loaded or not. He should drop on this. Like he needs this fight to end now because he has like no ammo. And so if this Rick gets away and gets the heal and stuff, like things are bad. Okay. So that was like a very 50-50 fight, but things weren't going to get better for him. Like, the more of his time that Rick is able to waste, the worse off he's going to be. And I think if he had pushed a little bit sooner, the Rick would have had less health because the overshield wouldn't have regened. And I think the fight would have been easier for him. But he kind of hesitated there on that push, and then gets third-partied, gets the kill, but gets third-partied again. And just not much really that could be done there. You see this player is also in like a very shambled situation. Not much heals at all, barely any loot. Luckily they get minis there, which is a big deal. I'm gonna bubble this. I think the enemy on the other side of this wall is an AI. Or maybe not. Alright, they get that kill, but that was rough. There was a med kit on that Vi's body. Another enemy on him though now though. Best case scenario for him would be this person doesn't know he's here, which seems to be the case. If he just kind of chills here, maybe they drop for that crown. Maybe the fight they're in kind of consumes more of their HP and he can third party it. But this player is in a terrible spot. You know, they have 50 over shield, 25 shield, 30 regular health. They have 105 total health. And no mobility. So it's going to be hard for them. There was a med kit on the other side of the wall that they could probably go for it now, but it was hard to kind of go for when the enemy was on him. I'm going to try to open the cannon. This is what I was talking about. You get these cannons for loot. They're going for the bandages. Was there not a med kit on the Vi? I think there was. Enemy's fought on the other side of the POI. He also barely has any gold, which, like, one of the main additions in Chapter 7 was the fact that, like, gold resets every game, but there's more, like, vending machines that are plentiful and, like, have good stuff in them. normally in a situation like this, I feel like you would want to get to the vending machine and buy a shield and stuff, but I don't know. This is a POI where it doesn't feel like there's much gold to get either, aside from the like regular chest and the obviously the shooting game. Like there probably is some cash registers, but also some barrels in front of him here down by the trash. But by going for those, the other guy in the area probably hears him. I think maybe he would wants to wait until the person goes for the shooting game, maybe. Finally get that med kit. The AR ammo would be nice for him as well. That's right next to him because he doesn't have that much. Still doesn't have that much, but it's better. But he can use this med kit and then get those barrels, and he'd be at like 150-ish. But it'd be unfortunate if like the enemy hears him getting the barrels and then just like third parties him off it, or it gets timing on him because of it. It's floating. But if he can like catch this guy off guard doing the shooting game, he might be able to get an easy kill. And then that's his like way back into the game. The shooting game is over here where Kartman's head is. Guy's flying above him. Landing on the roller coaster. He could maybe go do the shooting game to bait this player into pushing him. And then just like hide with the dual shotguns. Like don't actually invest too much into doing the shooting game. Just shoot it like once or twice. Make this guy think you're doing it. And then just chill here with the dual shotties out. I think that could be also a way for him to get this kill. Like he's in a bad situation and kind of needs some sort of ratty play to regain. Maybe he's waiting until they leave, but I think baiting the shooting game might have been the best thing he could have done. I don't think you actually need to shoot the targets. I think as long as you shot some, like you get the same loot. Okay, this guy's pushing him now. So his element of surprise went out the window. By throwing that bunker. The guy knows exactly where he is in here now. A lot of times if people think they're like catching you distracted, they'll like over push into you. Into like your right shoulder peak. And that could have been... Oh, he's dead. I'm gonna say it could have been a way for him to like win that. Like he needs like some sort of cheesy kill to like flip the script. Because he's in such a... He's at such a disadvantage before the fight even starts. That's why I knew as soon as he didn't like hit good shots there, it was just over. This player also is the one who won the POI and has pretty much nothing. No shield. Not full health. They do have a lot of gold, so they can fix that problem. There's barrels there as well. I don't know if he's trying to find a med kit here or what. Wingsuit, that could be helpful. I would want to get the barrels, drop the bandages. Oh, there's an enemy on him. This is bad. Absolutely terrible. The Rick might not know where he is, but yeah, he's got to pickaxe his way out. Luckily, it is gold rush, so he can pickaxe rather quickly. But he's basically just buying time for himself right now by throwing these bunkers and just like creating a you know, messy situation. But I think it's gonna be really hard for that Frozone to actually win the fight. They did have the Kenny respawn token from the shooting game, so they are going to be able to come back. And in this situation, I think you want to land somewhere where there's a vending machine. Or this is actually perfect for him. He can land here, loot this. He can get that slurp truck down there, and then he could hit the vending machine. And we saw he has 2,000 gold already. You respawn. You don't lose your gold when you have the respawn token like this. And so a lot of times I would want to go somewhere where vending machines are and then buy loot and like get a loadout that way. But he actually got put in like the perfect spot. Takes a lot of damage there. These are AI. Heal was your cheesy poos right now. So he had drank a slurp, but the slurp is healing him white health right now because he took that fall damage. These are just AI kills. If he ate the cheesy poos to heal the white damage, he would have gotten more shield off the slurp than what he's going to end up at. It probably doesn't matter too much because there was that slurp truck there. But trying to find an area like this where you can regain or making your way to a vending machine area, I think is like your best bet. Unfortunately, he keeps using heals and stuff though, so he's gonna have to buy more. There's a slurp truck right in front of him. There's an enemy next to it though. Like there's an enemy sliding down a hill on him and he's like worried about this chest, I think. It's an AI. But if that enemy was real, like, things could have gotten bad for him. But yeah, this is perfect. He just doesn't have shield to carry, but like I said, that could be fixed by the vending machines. He's not full health, but I don't know. He really doesn't want that slurp truck. Vending machines at this gas station and a launch pad already placed. There's shots over here though, so he's more worried about getting timing on this fight, which I think is a very good thing because third-party timing or just any sort of advantage timing you have in a fight is oftentimes something that's a temporary thing. Like if he just doesn't do anything there, that Hush maybe backs off that fight and learns where he is and stuff. Whereas like the vending machines aren't going anywhere. Don't need to rush to it. Like the getting this timing and getting that free kill is significantly more valuable. Even though I would like him to go buy heals. Get a crown here. So I'm gonna say he might not need to buy heals. His minis now. I'm so tilted by the minis, but it's whatever. We'll see if it comes back to bite him. I think bigs are much better because you can get to actually 100, whereas with the minis you can't. And the minis don't even really use that much faster anymore. Way back in the day, the advantage minis had was that they used faster, but that was when you needed 5 seconds to use the big pot. Now you just get heals over time. This is a player who eliminated him earlier, I think. He could stack the bunker on his current bunker to have like a high ground advantage on this player, but I don't like, some people don't know how to do that. You would want to throw it while looking at this corner here, and it would like build on top of it. And I think if he did that, he would be high enough up to like maybe fry this guy off the rock, and then he could either just get the kill that way or use the tires from the bunkers that he just placed to like bump himself onto him after he gets that opening damage. This Rick likely has the dual shotguns though. I'm pretty sure it's that same Rick from earlier. This is kind of bad though. Like, I don't like being in situations like this at all because you're so fixated on this one target that anybody else can like be doing who knows what around you and you maybe wouldn't know. Like his back is incredibly exposed right now. And if he does get shot in the back, that player has the opportunity to just like maybe kill him that way, maybe push him and get the kill, or it opens up the fight for the Rick. And so both these players just having a really stagnant, stalemate-y fight, I don't think is ideal for either of them. Hypergamer gets the kill, but I don't feel confident in how that went. He should drink the minis first here. Once he gets to 100 at least. Okay, he's not going to get full health. If he drank the minis, he could have gotten close to being full health. Yeah, he definitely could have gotten full health off the minis. Because minis only heal you to 50 shield. There's a slurp here there that you can drink, I guess. But, yeah. I guess it doesn't matter. He wasn't going to carry it anyways. But if he drank the minis and then the chug, then the bit of shield that he got from the chug would have gone past the 50 mark. I don't like this player's odds for this game though. We've seen a lot of fights where they just kind of that one fight there was just incredibly stagnant, and then their close range fights have all been like very messy, I feel like. That's fired on the hill over there. It's hard for him to do anything about it though, because his wingsuit is on cooldown right now. Unfortunately, we can't see the cooldown properly. This is an AI shooting at him. Just tell, like, the way they move, the way they shoot. The wingsuit in the tunnel. He's just gonna get up top. That's not a bad choice. This person might be weak. They're already running from somebody. The lion next to them is our hired AI. You should want this fight to end quick, though. This is bad. He's dead. So I feel like this player didn't really need to do anything there, but just like sit behind their rock and hit pump shots. They kind of jumped and walked forward on the enemy, making it like more awkward than it needed to be. And that makes him take more damage. The enemy also wasn't weak. The Chun-Li didn't seem to be that weak. And then that makes it to where this third party just auto kills him. And with the way the mobility is in the game right now, only having crash pads and the wingsuit, you're not going to reset a fight versus this third party. And that's why like I see a lot of like people say online that like the lack of mobility makes third parties less of a problem. I feel like it makes third parties more of a problem because you can't reset versus them. Like if you're getting third partied, I feel like you're more likely to die to the third party now. Like people can't move around as much and maybe people don't hop on you, but like in a situation like that, there's just nothing Frozone can do. If he was like a little bit slower, things might have worked out for him because this lady was kind of already shooting the Chun-Li in the back. But it just didn't work out. I think the Frozone probably would have been better off using the dual shotguns. Like he had a pump, but played every fight as if he had dual shotguns anyways. Like he was swapping and stuff, but like every fight was just him basically barrel stuffing the enemy with none of them having cover. It's now a 1v1. The zone is going lethal labs. Okay, I was gonna say that bush next to him is problematic, but the fact that he hasn't been shot by it yet makes me think that there's no one in there. And this player only has minis to heal, so he's not gonna benefit any health right now. And this is why I was saying minis aren't that great. If he had a big pot right now, he could drink that, and then he would be full health. But now the damage this player did to him is just lingering, and is gonna be a problem for this player to address for a long time. Did he lag out? What is going on? I would have wanted to go to this bush like right away. That bush down there that I said there was maybe somebody in. Like, I would have wanted to, like, check that bush and then use it for myself. And it was also kind of like the halfway point for him to, like, go where he needs to go. I don't like this player's odds of winning this game. I feel like they're playing it way too slow and giving themselves no real options. He's going to just, like, late wingsuit. And if the player down there hits shots, then he's not going to be able to play the game. But luckily for him, the player didn't shoot their gun. They're gonna have a somewhat neutral fight. He has a bunker of his own though that he can throw. Like the Kartman has high ground right now, but if he throws his bunker, then okay. I would have liked to see him throw it like more forward. Okay, the Kartman stacked his bunker. This is bad. Again, I don't like how slow this player has played up to this point. That just makes me have no confidence in them like winning the game. You can mantle the bunker if you jump on the corner. So he just like full broke the tires so it didn't knock him back there. But if you jump and mantle the corner piece, you won't get affected by the tires if you do it right. Those tires he gets affected by. Okay, so now I have... Oh, damn. I did not see him there. I was going to say I have no faith in either of these players with how this fight has gone. What is... Just shoot your gun, bro. The Kartman is so scared of shooting. Like, he was weak there, but he wasn't, like, so weak. You're gonna run past the enemy, you might as well shoot your gun. Gonna land in another bush. Me and Tina should win this. Okay. That was scary. So, being where she is the worst place for her to be. So this player was kind of behind those trees and those bushes. Getting to their cover and fighting them that way, or getting to the bush and fighting them that way, is much better than just standing out in the open. And like, luckily for them, the Kartman ran out and died. But if the Kartman just sat in the bush or sat behind the tree and just kept chipping damage, I think for sure the TNT loses the game because she just kind of sat in no man's land and somehow won because the dual shotguns are the dual shotguns. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.